Hello there, listeners, and welcome to the fourth episode of this podcast, My Search for the Way Out of the Matrix. I was just listening to the first three episodes that I just recorded, and while I listened to them, some clarity came to my mind about another interpretation of what is the matrix, another possible answer to this question of what is the matrix. And I wanted to share it with you because I find it important to the essence of my search and this adventure. So another way to answer the question what is the matrix for me will be the idea of separation. You see, the idea that I have an individual existence that is essentially, like in his essence, is separate from the existence of the beings around me. Yeah, because you see, I don't see reality this way. I spoke about it in the first episode. I think that if I look from a high perspective, I see existence as a space that contain movement that are according in this space, kind of seeing it like a multi-dimensional, continuously moving mandala in a way, because all of those movements are harmonically together, creating this one ultra movement that is existent. This is how I see things. And in this perspective, harmony is essential for the well-beings, joy, happiness, well-beings of each of this movement, of each part of this mandala, and in a reflection of that to the well-being, happiness of the entire thing. You see, I see in my philosophic, I don't know, in my, it's not philosophic, in my understanding of the word, um, doing good toward your inner self and doing good to your outer self, to what within you and what without you, have to be harmonic together because they are one. But if you see yourself as disconnected from the world, if you see the world, the existence, as made out of different objects, different beings that are in their essence separate, then you can have the idea that it might be beneficial or good for you in any way to abuse the other in the way of taking his energy to answer your own needs without him knowing or wanting that. That's abusing. So yeah, that's another. I think when we see society build on the idea of separation, then we see society that is built on a strategy of abusing each other, abusing the land, abusing the animals, abusing nature, abusing the um, water. I don't know, abusing your children, abusing your partner, abusing your friend, all in the way of try to direct the other energy to answer your own needs, not in a way that is communicative, not in a way that the other is wanting or in a desire uh, out from himself to answer my need. Yeah, because I do think we are here to answer each other needs, but it need to be harmonic in the way that if I have a need, like in order for someone to answer my need in an harmonic way, I think it's necessary for me to want him to answer the need, and for him to want, really want from me, from not to please me, not to buy credit uh, with me, but actually want from his inner self to answer my need, then that's the right time for that being to answer my need in this world. So that will be an harmonic way that in my perspective is like going out of the matrix kind of living. And a way to be in the matrix is to think, how can I use the world around me? How can I manipulate the things and the people around me to bring as much as power and energy to myself? You see, in this way, it seems rationalized and sensible to stock energy, right? If I'm separate in the world, then maybe I want as much as energy to be under my control, and then I stop it from flowing. And if I stop the energy from flowing by stocking it, or imagining that I'm stocking it at least, then I take myself, then I disharmonize the mandala, or reducing the beauty flow from this mandala of existence. And by the way, I don't think it's really possible to stock energy. It's possible to imagine that you stock energy while it's doing something that you're not in control, like stocking it in a bank, for example. um, and then the bank use it for all kind of stuff, and you don't know what it are. And yeah, so that's just another thing that I wanted to put up there before I really like jump in this adventure of searching for a way out of the matrix. Is the idea that I found the matrix connected with the idea of separation, and thinking out of the idea of separation and behaving out of the idea of separation, in a way of abusing your surrounding. So yeah, so I think this search will have a lot to do with my connections with my surrounding, to find a way to make them harmonic and natural and connected and loving. But that's already start answering maybe the answer how we're gonna get out of the matrix, and just throwing up ideas. So yeah, I wanted to put that up, and maybe from here we can start the journey, perhaps.